Okay, welcome to the team call tonight. I am so glad for all who can hop on, but I also just wanted to say, I'm sorry for the weeks that I have not shown up to do the team call on Thursday night. So the summer's been really hard to figure out where I'm even going to be every day. But my goal is to just make this happen, whether I'm in my car. What's hard is my phone stinks if I'm not on Wi-Fi, because we half the time use all of our data by halfway through the month. So it's hard to do Zoom calls on, but I'm going to just make sure it happens every Thursday night at 8. So I would love whoever can hop on with us to hop on with us, and I will just, even if it's just me, I'm going to do these calls and post them in our team page, because I know they're so important for us to connect, to chat, to talk about what our struggles are, what we're feeling great about, what our goals are. Because I feel like if we feel alone in this business, it can be a lonely place, because we work at home, we don't go out and get a view with all the people. So we just need to stay close and super tight-knit as a team and hop on team calls whenever we can. So thanks, Cal, for hopping on with me tonight. Okay, so you guys, this month has been hard, and not just for us. I am looking at our team, and I think, I haven't looked at it today, but I think there's me, Jana, Amy, and Callie with a couple points each. And so we got to really kick it in gear. We have a week from tomorrow, and it's the last day of June. So we have a week to make Success Club happen. And I was thinking today about Success Club and how important it is in this business. It's funny because I feel like it's all anybody talks about, all the big coaches talk about, all I talk about. And it's because it's the cornerstone of our business. It's the way that we know that we're really growing a business and we're doing stuff. And I know for me, okay, I have some confessions to make. This summer has got to me, and I've gotten in a huge slump where I haven't been messaging, I haven't been consistent. I have been posting consistently, working out, and doing my me stuff, but I have not been reaching out to people like I should be. And okay, so it's kind of like when you're pumping a well. And it takes a little while for the water to start coming out, but then when it starts coming, it gets easy and it's flowing, and it's just a consistent stream of water coming out. And that's the same with inviting. When you are doing it consistently, you're doing it every single day, even if it's just 5-10 people a day that you reach out to. It's a constant stream of people that you can talk to, that you have conversations with, and you just get in the habit and it becomes easy. Your conversations start flowing, everything becomes easier. And then you stop. And that's what I did. I stopped inviting. For a few months, you guys, I was inviting a mad woman. And then, to tell you the truth, I had so many conversations going on that a lot of them just flowed into the next few months, and I just Success Club was easy for me because of the millions of conversations I had up until that point. And then I'm here where I didn't do a whole lot of inviting in May, and then I have done hardly any inviting in June because I was so used to all these people just coming to me, and it's like my water has stopped flowing. And I've been totally stuck. It gets to the point where you're I don't even know what to say. How do I reach out to people? I've been a coach for almost 3 years next month, and I'm even going questioning if I know what to say to people, because when you haven't been consistently doing those things, you get in your own head that you don't know what you're doing, and it's so not true. And so last night I sat down and I'm I'm just going to invite people. And I sent out an enrollment. She's not going to enroll till the 1st, But so I will have someone first thing in July. So you guys, it's not hard. It's just that we have to be consistent. We have to keep the conversations going because it's 10 times harder to have to restart over pumping the well to get it flowing again. It's like you're relearning all of that stuff. So, and then I started thinking about, like, why is it that some people really feel like Success Club is a non-negotiable, no matter what, they're going to make it happen. And then some people are totally okay with like helping one person every month or 2 people every month. And it goes back to your vision and your why and why you're here. And you have to have a huge, strong why to why you're doing this. Why? Because it's not an easy thing, you guys. It's not. And like I was thinking, it's amazing that you can be at home and have all these little kids running around behind you and help them with stuff and then do your work, and you're always there if they need you. But it's not an easy thing. Like, I think some people think, oh, you're so lucky. You just get to sit around at your house and build a business. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not an easy thing. And it's not an easy thing because we have all this other stuff. Like, I've been at baseball games all day long. I've run, like, Dax sometimes has 3 or 4 practices a day. Like, it's so crazy. And then my Dax and Creed have jobs, but they don't have driver's licenses. So I'm running them to jobs. I'm bringing them lunch. I've been milking my brother's cow. Like, there's so much in life that comes up. And because we have these at-home businesses, it's like we can't just say, oh, I can't because I go work. We just take on all of these other things on top of our business. But the thing that's cool about it is we can just learn to fit it all in, and we can like make it our own business hours. So there's a few things that I was thinking about today, and one of them was, like, I've heard a lot of people lately say, oh, I just need money, and one of them's me. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, Summit is just a couple weeks away, and I have got to make a bunch of money so that I have money to take there and to be able to have fun with and to be able to pay for my hotel and all of these things. And you get kind of stressed out about all of that. And then today I was listening to a little video that Shelly did on her page, and she was talking about how cool is it that if we need money, we can just go, like, put our nose to the ground and start having a million conversations, and we can make money right that second. We can make as much money as we want to make if we just put in the work to make the money. And she was talking about, it was something I really needed to hear today, because she was talking about her neighbor. She works for corporate America. She has a set income, like how much she makes every single month, no matter what. But a lot of times she has to stay late. Her commute is like an hour and a half both ways, and she's never home. She leaves at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and no matter how hard she works, she will never make more money than she already makes. And she was just talking about how cool is that we can say, okay, so I need to make $1,000 to take to Summit. We'll put this in, to take to Summit, and say, okay, so every challenge pack that I sell, I make about $50. So how many challenge packs is that I need to sell? You know, and you can figure that out and go put the work in. But what's awesome is you don't only make the money off the challenge packs, you're also going to be building your volume and start getting more income from that. So you can totally reverse engineer, like, okay, I need this much money. for this trip that I'm going on, this means I need to go sell 50 challenge packs. You know, you can figure it out and make it happen and make as much money as you're willing to put the work in for. So I just thought that is such a great reminder to me that, you know, no matter what your why is, no matter what your goals are, if you are willing to put the work in, you can make them all happen. And okay, so I was thinking about my why and just how important it is to like go back to your why and your vision for what you're here to do every single day, so that when you go out there and you talk to people and you invite people, you are speaking with passion because you're so excited for what you're about to create in your life and for your family and all of that kind of stuff. So I was thinking about my why. And I hope I don't get too emotional, because I get super emotional about this, because it's been a long stinking time that we've been working towards what I'm working for. And sorry guys. But sometimes you feel totally stuck. Like, how am I gonna make this happen? And the truth is we can. You guys, anything that you want to achieve for you and your family, you can, but you got to keep your eye on what you're shooting for. And so I don't know if all of you know my story, but back when I was pregnant with Mally, we built our dream house right next to my in-laws' house. And so it's like a reminder every time I go over there, like that house that we built for our kids. And I don't know why I'm so emotional. Oh my gosh. But we built that house for our kids, and we had land and we had places for our horses, and it was like everything that we wanted right next to his parents' house. And then everything went wrong and the economy crashed, and Ryan hurt his back and he had to get surgery, so he was out of work for like 6 months. And we all of a sudden, because we didn't have any income, our credit just crashed because we weren't paying our bills on time. And then it was right when our house was finishing and nobody would give us a loan. And the interest payment was like $3,000 a month or something like that, and we could not afford it. And so we finally moved in with my parents, and we're like, we just got to put it up for sale, see what we can get out of it, and just be done. But on top of that, we had to sell everything. Like we sold, he's a brick mason, we sold all of our brick equipment, we had to short sell houses that we had up for sale, and it just like ruined everything we had. We like every bit of credit. And it's so crazy, like when you have crappy credit, how you're just kind of like prisoner to this credit issue. Like you can't get out from underneath what it's doing to you. Like our car's kind of having problems, and we can't get a loan for a car. We're paying tons of money for rent, but we can't buy a house because our credit sucks. And it just feels sometimes like, oh my gosh, like no matter what, it's just taking a lot of work to try to fix our credit and get out from what this did to us like years ago. Like Mally will be 10, and this all kind of happened when she was born. So anyways, my goal and my dream is to get that house that I want for my kids. And for like right now we live in this really nice house, but we have no yard and we have no land, and we're not even supposed to have our dogs here, but we sneak them here because we're animal family and we can't just not have our dogs. And so like I think about, like sometimes I get in these funks where I have a really hard time inviting, and I have a really hard time like reaching for the big goals that I have. And then I think about my kids, and I think about all that I want to provide for them, and the freedom, not only like the house that I want to get for them and the yard to run in and all of those kind of things, but I also want to provide for them to like be able to go to college if they want, and all of those kinds of things, where in the situation we're in, we're just like paycheck to paycheck. So every time I get having a hard time inviting and all of those kind of things, and I think, oh, this month is just hard, I think about my why, and I go back to that and my vision for what I want. And it's not only what I want for me and for my family, but what I want for other people, what I want for you guys. Like, I want to see this entire team succeed in this business and build an awesome income and reach your goals and your why. Because there's nothing, like, I don't know where I'd be without Beachbody. I make a pretty good income. Like, as a stay-at-home mom, I make between $2,000 and $3,000 a month as a Beachbody coach. And before this, we lived in a house where we weren't paying rent. It was my husband's grandparents' house, and we were still like barely able to just buy food and take care of our kids. So my income pretty much pays for this house that we're in and helped us get on our feet kind of in our own place for a little bit. So I'm so thankful, and I don't even know what I would do if I had not jumped in and just went headfirst into this business and hit Success Club every darn month. Like, right now I'm at 2, and I'm not going to end this month until I am at least 10. Like, I am not. I don't know. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to stay up all night. I'm going to be messaging people. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make it happen. And that's kind of what you got to do. You just got to decide, like, okay, these are my goals. You need to write it out. You need to know what you're going for. And if it's not just like an income goal, you need to think about the people that you want to help and the people that you want to change their life. Because I know darn well, if my coach had not invited me to this opportunity, I would not be in the place I am right now, where I have dreams that I know I'm going to get into a better situation for my family. Before, like, I just felt hopeless. I felt like there was no way we were ever going to buy a house. There was no way we were ever going to get back on our feet. We were going to have to live in our grandparents' house forever with one bathroom and no heat, and no air conditioning, and it was miserable in that little house. But I found Beachbody, and it changed my life, and it made me realize, like, no, I am going to flip this around. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of stinking work, and, not only hard work on my business, but hard work building our credit back up, because it feels like a never-ending situation. But I know that we're going to be able to do it. And so I know there's a ton of people out there just like me who have been struggling financially, emotionally, all of these types of things, that Beachbody is the answer to so many things. Like, I don't know what I would do without exercise and learning how to take care of me. Like, for the last couple of days, I have been eating so crappy. I don't know what my deal is, but when I do that, I feel crappy. And I remember, like, this is how I used to feel all the time, and I hated it. And so I am so grateful that I learned how to take care of myself, that I have made exercise such a priority, and I'm being the example of that for my kids. And so whenever I get in these bunks, like this month, all of a sudden it hits me why I'm here. I remember why I'm here and what I'm going for me and my family and everybody else I want to change their lives, because if my coach hadn't showed up for me, then I don't know where I'd be. And so I'm not going to be that person that doesn't show up for the people who need this and doesn't show up for the people who are just wishing for something to come along that's going to change their life. So I have an assignment for you guys because I know this, I've been going to do this for months. Me and Callie have been talking about it, and we just keep putting it off and putting it off, and we don't know why we keep putting it off. So I decided if I make it an assignment for the whole team to do together, then maybe I will just sit down and do it, because I'm saying it, I'm making you guys do it, and I'm going to do it myself. So I don't know who all was on the call with Chris Downing when he did the call for Shelly, but he talked about how everything changed in his world when he wrote a letter to his future self. And he talked about in detail what his life was going to be like and what his goals were and what his vision for his family was. And every single morning, he got up and read himself his letter every single day. He's like, I didn't miss a day of reading that because that was my vision and it kept me on track for what I was shooting for. So I want us all to do that. I think that is so powerful to write it out. Like, I know what I want. I know what I'm shooting for. I know how huge my goals are to get my family in a house and get my family, stable and just in our own little place. But if I'm not focused on that all the time, like I haven't been this month, I've just been all over the place and out of control, then I lose sight of what I want to work so hard for. And so how awesome is this to just wake up every morning, have your vision written out in a letter to yourself, to your future self, and that's your first thing you do when you get up in the morning before you push play, before you do your personal development. That's what you do. And so we're going to do it as a team. And I want you all to take a picture. You don't have to make it so we can see it if you don't want, but take a picture of your letter to your future self once you get done and post it in the comments when I post this video in our team page. And then I found this, I was on a call with somebody else and they were talking about the same thing and how they had their entire team write a letter to their future self. And you can go to futureme.org and it will help you write this letter out. So I think this is going to be powerful. I really feel like a lot of the times when we're not succeeding with what we want in life, it's because our vision's not clear enough. Like, we kind of know what we want. We have goals, but we aren't clear. We don't have it like totally clear, written out to the point where we can just close our eyes and see it happening. And so I want you to write it out, even like what you're shooting for like if you're shooting for what I'm shooting for, to get a, write it out, like even picture it in detail what the house is going to look like, or if you need a new car or whatever you're going for, going on a vacation with your family, where you're going, talk about like listening to your kids giggle and run along the beach or whatever you're doing, like put it in super detailed letter so that you can, like, when you're reading it, you can see it happening. And it just makes it like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. And then you're so dang excited to go invite those people, because not only is it going to get you to your goals, it's going to get those people to be able to believe that they can do things like this too. They are going to believe that they can hit big goals and dreams and fix their health problems that they're struggling with, fix their financial problems that they're struggling with. This is seriously the whole package. Like, before Beachbody, I didn't have personal development. I didn't have like the whole health learning how to get into habits of exercise, and I didn't have any clue how to eat, and I didn't have this entire community that supported me in this 100% and was doing it with me. And so really, when I think about who needs this in their life, everybody needs this in their life, whether they want to make money or they just want to change people's life or they want to do something bigger than themselves. Like, this is just such an amazing, amazing thing. So, oh, sorry I bawled and I have snot running down my face, but I just want you guys to know I love you, and go write this letter, futureme.org, if you need a little help. And I'm going to write mine tonight, and I will be posting a picture of it in the comments, and I might even go live and read it to you guys so that you can, and if you guys want to go live and read your letters to your future self in our team page, I think it would be so inspiring. And I think when you put it out there and read it out loud to other people too, it makes it even more powerful because you put it out there. People know what you're going for and they know what your goals are, and you'll just be even more supported, and it will be even, bigger chance that it's going to happen because you put it out there and you're not just keeping it to yourself. So write your letter. Bonus points if you go live. But if you don't feel like going live, take a picture and post it in the comments, and let's do this, because I feel like that's a big thing a lot of people are missing, is their vision, their goals, what they're going for. And we're going to read it every single morning before anything else. Like, get up, read it. It's going to be like your affirmations. It's going to be like reading your affirmations, because it's exactly what you're going to be and who you're going to be and what you're going to accomplish. So I'm excited to get mine done. I've been meaning to do it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And now I got on this team call and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Because I've been at baseball all day. And then I'm like, I'm going to talk about the one thing that I'm struggling with doing myself that I feel like is everything that we all need to do, and we're going to do it together. So did you have anything you want to add, Cal?
No, but, well, I guess just that we have been talking about this forever, and I feel like this is the foundation of everything for us to be able to meet our goals and to make a difference, is to have that vision. So when you're writing it, though, like, make sure you put it in a way that makes you feel it every time you read it. Like, you have to have feeling behind it, not just like, okay, this is what I want in the future, but like feel it like as if it's already part of your life. Like,
yeah,
So I think that's a big key to be able to
write
have
it
that feeling.
Yeah, write it as in words, like it's already happened. Like you're doing it. You're there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
So awesome. I think that as a team, if we do that, that will like totally launch everybody into a new level of helping people and making things happen. So let's do it. I think it's awesome. That's what I've been needing to do forever, and I'm the same. I know what I want, but I've never just sat and written it down. Like, I have little bits and pieces written down everywhere, so I find them and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I wrote that. But I've never written like just the full-on total vision, and just like put it all together. So I think that would be so huge if we did it as a team. So.
Mm-hmm. I was going to add one more little thing. I think I'm going to post it in our team page, but I listened to this awesome call last night from Tulin, and I connect a lot with her because we kind of have a similar story. Like, other than she was homeless I didn't ever become homeless because I had family that let us live with them, but we would have been homeless if we didn't have family. But she talks a lot about how they were homeless, they lost everything, and she was just talking about how she, like right now, she gets like over 100 Success Club points every single month. Like last month, I think she got 156, signed 60 coaches. They've built their credit back up to like over 700. She makes quite a lot of money every single month, but because of their past and where they've been, nobody will rent to them. So they've been in this apartment for a couple of years, just a little teeny apartment. They finally found someone that would rent to them, and they've been in this apartment, and she finally found a house that they were going to rent and move in next month. And the people said yes, and it had a yard, and she's just talking about how excited she was because her kids were finally going to have a yard to play in. It had like a basketball court, and she just didn't even know like how to explain how excited she was. And this video that I was watching, she has like her whole house packed up behind her, like all her stuff in boxes, and they're just so excited to move into this house. And the people contacted them and said they didn't trust them because of their past, and they decided to back out and they weren't going to rent to them. And she was just sobbing on this video, and I think that's why I'm so emotional, because it's just such a hurtful thing. Like you feel like no matter how hard you're working and trying, like people just don't trust you because of what happened in your past, you know? And so anyway, she said at first she took a minute. She's like, I took a minute and I was hurt for a minute. And then I decided I'm going to unpack all these boxes and I'm going to make this apartment the home that we need for our kids. And she said, I started thinking like, maybe it's because she's like, I've said several times, like my crappy little apartment. And she's like, maybe it's because I'm not grateful for this little apartment that we do have. And that really hit me too, of how we need to be grateful for every little stepping stone along the way. Because sometimes it can be hard because you want this big thing and you're working so dang hard to get there, but you're not where you want to be. And sometimes it's like, you get so frustrated. But like sometimes I get super frustrated, and then I look at like how far I've come, and I'm like, I'm so grateful. Like we're renting, but we're in a house finally on our own, and we're able to do these things that we couldn't do before, you know? And so all along the way to reach your goals, like I just think about Tulin and how like they were so excited to finally get in this house, and I could totally picture it. And then like 2 weeks before they were moving in, they called them and said, no, we decided we don't want to rent to you. And she's like, and like my kids are sobbing, and because they're all just crammed in this little apartment. And she's like, and then I just decided like I can be mad and be bitter and be annoyed by this whole situation and stop building my business and let life take me down, or I can take a minute to be a little bit frustrated, and then I'm going to make this little apartment that we have amazing. She's like, I'm just going to decorate it. I'm going to make it more homey. I'm going to make it a place that we love and that we call home. And when that time comes that we can have a house and we can have a yard and we can have the things that we've been dreaming of, it's going to be like the most amazing day ever. But up until then, I'm going to be grateful for each little thing that I have. And I just thought, like, what an amazing heart she has, you know, to like be beaten down so many times and finally feel like you're like gonna be out on your own and then be beaten down one more time. And she's like, and here I sit in all of our boxes, and you know, and we're here and there's nothing we can do about it. And it's so frustrating, but she's making the best out of it. And so anyways, that I just wanted to leave that little thought with you. But I think I'll post the call in our team page. It was one of Brandy Bot's team calls, and she says the F word here and there. So just to warn you, like, I always try to protect everyone because I hate that word. But I've gotten to the point where I just like have decided everybody says it nowadays. So we just kind of need to like focus on the good parts that come out of those calls. So anyways, I will post that in there. Go write your future me letter and go live. I want to hear what you're wanting to accomplish, what your why is, why you're here, why you started, and where you're going with this business. So okay, you guys, have an amazing rest of your night. We have 1 week, so hustle. Go help 3 people this month. It's possible. We have a week. I need to help at least 4 more people, and I'm going to make it happen. So just put your nose to the grinding stone and go for it and do whatever it takes to make it happen, because I promise you, it's times like this when you dig deep and you push harder, you realize you can do this. Like, you can do it. Even if it's a little harder, even, you know, the months it comes easy, but it's the months that you have to push hard, you realize, like, I can do this. I can put my head down and I can go for it. And if I work hard, I'm going to make it happen. So go hit Success Club. Let's see how many people we can help at the end of this month. And then all those conversations will snowball into July, and it will make July a heck of a lot easier. So have a great night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, Cal.